But yeah, it's like, what do we fucking...
What is that for?
Yeah, I gotta wash my drink around you.
I'm gonna put this back in my pocket.
That's my water bottle back there, so we don't.
Yo, that is a good point. I asked him, can we get you anything? He's like, no, I brought my own.
Yeah.
Are you thinking there's
Dude, Kim
payback?
Congdon got me.
No.
She dosed me an acid 2 years ago at Skank Fest.
Get out of here.
Yeah, she got me good.
When'd you realize it?
She told me. She was like, we were doing a roast of Lewis. Fucking, who throws himself a roast?
Love you, Lewis. Love you, Lewis. Alex Media did it too. That was a great roast, though.
It was a fun roast.
That was a great
fun roast. But yeah.
Shane fucking murdered on
Shane
that
murdered.
roast.
He was great.
That's on YouTube. Go check that out. Shane Gillis roasting. I got boogies.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
But,
I should
but yeah.
left him leave it in there.
Yeah, no, but it was bad. It was bad.
Put a pill in that on the way back. Yeah, but and then she went up and she was like, hey, Ari, how was that water? I'm like, well, fine. She's like, it's acid. I'm like,
Everybody went crazy.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
People kept texting me like, you okay? You doing okay? We had these big bay windows, like floor-to-ceiling windows in the hotels they put us at. So I just opened the windows way, way up and took all the sheets off the bed and just like stared out at Houston. People were like, are you okay? I'm like, dude, yeah, I do drugs. Fucking, this wasn't the plan tonight, but like, calm down. Yeah, just like, I'm on acid.
Yeah.
She got me good. I'll admit it.
This is like full white boy. This is
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Full
this
white
is
boy,
crazy.
bro.
Getting drugged, being like, oh
Yeah,
shucks.
he got me good. He got me good. I was like, that's crazy,
I've been
dude.
bamboozled.
I mean, it wasn't bad acid, you know? So,
At least it was quality.
yeah, it's quality acid. You can't be that mad.
I mean, that's crazy. How frequently are you doing acid?
Not that often.
That being dosed with acid isn't
We're not
scary.
that often. We were at this festival, Valley Vibes. Bonnaroo got rained out. We're loading up our fucking RV with supplies. And they got the call like, it's flooded. It's not COVID, it's flooded. I'm like, what? So we're like, where the fuck can we go? Western Georgia. There's a small, they said 3 stages. And the stages were, I mean, like this. We didn't realize. We thought 3 massive stages. I call it a meth festival, but it wasn't. It was just fun. Country and metal. And yeah, we're testing all our drugs, because you have to test drugs. We've talked about this. Guys, there's fucking fentanyl out there.
Oh,
Gotta test your drugs.
yeah.
So our neighbors were like getting some coke, like, how is it? Can I test it? Which I thought it meant like, let me test some.
No, you put it.
Yeah, it was like, let me try and see how good it is.
It's not wasted.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, that's good. I'll take a pound. I don't know what to coke.
What a weird follow-up to you gotta test your drugs.
Well, I thought
You're
that's
testing by
why.
stuff them in your face.
This was that same weekend those 4 comics died. So I'm in this festival. So they tested like, hey, that's 100% pure cocaine. Definitely buy from that guy. Great. Then he's got some acid, tested that. Like, that's 100% not acid.
Whoa.
And we're like, what is it? We're like, I think mescaline or something, and it had just been dipped. And the guy he's like, I fucking all over my hands, and he's like, fuck, I'm starting to fucking fly. And we're like,
Oh, because it gets absorbed if it's acid.
And they had just dipped it, it was still wet. Yeah, and we're like, you gonna be okay? He goes, yeah, God, same thing. He's like, I do drugs. This wasn't the plan for tonight, but it is now the plan. I'm at the right place. I'm at a festival in Georgia. Greatest festival in the world, Valley Vibes.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was just a good time. And then we're like, oh, we gotta start testing. And we got out, and we're like, 4 comics dead. And we're like, oh, we really gotta start testing our shit.
Yeah.
Is there any drug you won't fuck with?
No, I wanna do heroin so bad.
Wait, why haven't you done heroin?
It seems too risky.
You really have
Addiction?
No.
Why would he lie about heroin?
It looks like a little
heroin out.
a little bit.
But wait, you never
Just a
like
little bit.
snorted it?
No.
Or never as like part of another drug?
Meth? You've done meth?
Yeah, I mean, we've all done meth.
Yeah, speedy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Never straight meth. Never straight meth.
You've done Adderall.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Adderall is fucking meth, isn't
It's
it?
just
Drugs
crystal
are
meth
fun.
and Adderall, I assume, are
Crystal
different.
meth sounds darker though, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Sounds like cooler.
Oh, that's crazy. And you've
Heroin
done-
is the coolest drug.
Why?
I don't know. It's just so cool.
Because it's bad?
Yeah, it's just like you know, writers and fucking musicians in the 70s. It's like heroin, dude. Iggy Pop. It seems like it's the coolest drug for sure. No? What's the coolest drug?
Oh, I mean, I'm sure it's cool for you.
No, I've never done it. It's just of like if you're like seeing
It's got to be
someone
that
on
good to
heroin.
throw it all away.
Yeah,
Gotta be
I
so
guess.
good.
But what are you dealing with where you were willing to throw it all away? That's the other.
Yeah,
I
you
think
got
if
nothing to
took a
throw
chance,
away.
I think if you took a chance, like, no, I'll just try it once. And you're like, this road only goes one place.
Yeah, but you got to be so sad to always go there.
Nobody happy throws it all away for heroin because you're already feeling good.
But also, like, you're at a party, like, I told this to my buddy.
Banging it or snorting it? Nobody's shooting at a party.
Oh, nobody shoots at a party. But everybody who said just heroin, they always was like, how'd you do it? Did you shoot it or snort it or smoke it? They're like, I snorted it. They always have this line in the sand. I'm like, you're all fucking heroin addicts. You fucking disgusting pigs. Yeah. Oh, I would never do that. You're fucking doing heroin every day, but you're better than somebody. Fuck off.
Yeah. Heroin, it
would be offered you. If you're in a circle and everyone's doing it, it's like this peer. I told my buddy, our friend, she has a daughter, and he was like, you think she's done coke? She's like 20 now. He goes, no way. He goes, well, let me set up a situation for you. Let's call her Sarah. It's not her name. But I was like, hey, Sarah, you want some coke? Like, oh, no, I'm okay. Okay, Akash, coke? Yeah, sure. Alex, coke? Yeah, okay, sure. Ari, coke? Yeah, sure. Sarah, you want some coke? Sure. I'm like, all right, I'll do some. And he goes, fuck, yeah, she's for sure done coke.
Yeah, but the heroin one is tricky. It became popular in like the hipster scene.
Heroin did?
Yeah.
When?
This is like in the last maybe 5 years. And
Andrew's got a tie into the hipsters that people don't quite understand.
Which is?
You're in there, that world. You go there as your like B level.
Periphery.
Yeah.
I'm in the periphery.
Yeah.
But like I've seen them partying, and there's a lot of like city kids, and it's like, what is the naughty thing? What is it? If you're like a hipster, not like a hipster, like I moved here from Maine so I could like be myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about like someone who genuinely is trying to be like counterculture. Maybe we call them counterculture.
Times Square.
Yeah.
Those people. Yeah.
If you really want, like, you're going to do the thing that is the most uncool drug, and heroin is probably the most uncool drug.
All the great writers were on it.
Yeah, but they're probably on other shit, too. We just don't give it the credit. Like, they're probably drinking whiskey. We're not like, oh, whiskey is what makes you a genius.
Yeah, remember when that guy was eating that guy's face and like, it's marijuana? Like, shut up, dude. I'm sure he had weed in his system.
Oh, in Florida?
Yeah.
It was Florida in the system.
Bath
That's
salts.
what
What
got
does
him.
that mean? Bath salts. What was that?
I don't know.
What makes your face eat?
Yeah, he had some other shit to even eat face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hunger minimum.
Bare minimum.
Probably a little.
Bare minimum. He probably asked the guy for money. He's like, dude, I'm hungry. He's like, I don't have any fucking money. He's like, all right.
Well, let's do. Yeah, you know that cartoon where you turn into a big chicken wing, you know?
You're made of food. This is great. That's a little wild. But you've done like DMT, ayahuasca, all that shit?
DMT once, didn't quite get there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw I was in my old backyard on 12th Street. Had this nice, cool backyard. Oh, I loved it. Anyway, I went out there with a chick who had done it a bunch, smoked it off the top of a bowl of weed, and then like just kind of like laid back, and I saw on this tree, I saw this big caterpillar, like it was like 5-6 hexagons like that, you know? Mm-hmm. It's a big caterpillar that comes off the tree and just looks at me for a minute. I'm just staring back at him, and he's just looking at me. It was like that long, and he just goes, nah, and then just like went back.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? And anyway, that was like.
That's how much of an atheist you are. The seeing drug God was like, nah.
Yeah.
The seeing God drug, you're like,
Believe
nah,
me?
nah.
Yeah.
It's not that you don't believe in God. God doesn't believe in you.
Yeah.
God came down and he was like,
I don't believe in Studio 54. Yeah. And then I looked over the girl. I came out of it. I looked at her. I was like, did you get that? She goes, I died and came back. And I'm like, fuck! I didn't get it.
Very different.
Oh, that's crazy.
DMT sounds lit.
DMT
it's
sounds
too much.
lit.
That sounds fun.
Ayahuasca got me there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where'd you do that? In Ecuador?
Ecuador, yeah.
Oh, you went for the real ceremony.
In Amazonia, yeah. Yeah. Neil Brennan was like,
okay.
how many ounces they give you? I'm like, ounces? I don't know, man. It was a bowl full of fucking shit that make you tip your head
Yeah,
back.
a half a coconut.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, so when you went, is it, you're still a comedian, right?
Yeah.
So you're still analyzing this thing, like, is this cliche? Could you get lost in it?
Yeah, I got lost in it. It takes you there.
Okay.
Duncan said Duncan's all the tie to all the psychedelics.
Yeah.
And he said that one of those guys, Timothy Leary, one of those, like anytime you're fighting, like trying to hold on while you're on mushrooms and like trying to hold on, he goes, you just haven't done enough. He goes, if you do enough of that shit, you're gone. And it's just like, it's out of your control.
Submit.
Yeah, or like, was it Marnie? Not Marnie. What was that Nicolas Cage movie?
Leaving Las Vegas?
Yeah, your favorite actor.
No.
I love Nicolas Cage.
What?
Mandy.
Mandy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he tries the most powerful acid. He just goes like, they do it well. He tips his finger and he goes, bong. He's just like in another world.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you take enough, you're gone. So this was that. It's
Okay.
like you're not fighting it.
But initially, are you like looking them in the outfits and you're like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like,
It is cool. They're wearing a fucking giant. Yeah,
You think he's weird with outfits?
I'm
Like,
taking notes.
You know where he?
comedian.
I'm trying not to be. Yeah.
You know where he grew up?
He's good at bust balls a little, but he's upset at all that, and he's
I'm
looking at the
taking
way
notes
they
for
dress.
later. I'm taking notes for later. Where
That's
I'm
what
like,
I'm saying.
okay, where'd you get that?
Yeah,
Did you
why do
buy
you
that
guys-
monkey
do you
skull?
really- exactly, like,
but write
do
it
they-
down, get it all, analyze it
Is
later.
this the convinced whitey shit? That's what
Yeah.
I'm going into those environments. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, they really got these people duped. Like,
Yeah. You
think
don't have
I'm
to
a
put
tourist.
the feathers.
Yeah.
Exactly. I haven't seen a single bird in the fucking forest. Like, where do you get these feathers from? Like I would go in with that perspective. I'd hopefully get to the point where I completely submit myself. But initially, I'm going to be.
You're like, what is this? Yeah. It's natural. It's in the Amazon. Everyone just does it. It's not a big deal. Yeah, we talked to one guy. We were like on a tour of the Amazon, and
Yeah,
we're like,
yeah.
if there was a survey or something, like, hey,
Yeah.
I think we shouldn't eat like pig anymore because we're like a week out from
Yeah.
this thing. Is what thing? Like ayahuasca. He's like, oh yeah, sure. No, you're okay. 7 days, you're good. And I'm like, have you ever done it? He goes, sure, yeah, we all have.
Dude, when I was at this hotel, it's on Navajo land, right? So like a lot of the
Yeah.
tour guides and stuff are Navajo. And
Take that shit. Build your fucking
you know what I'm saying?
nice hotels on their land.
Well, literally, I went on Thanksgiving. It was one of the most. I didn't even realize it. I'm there on Thanksgiving and got the saddest Happy Thanksgiving on the ride to the airport that morning. She's picking us up at 6 in the morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Like literally, shoulders slumped in the front.
Wow.
My wife stole a dream catcher from the fucking hotel. Like, we can't take enough. She goes, I can take this home. I'm like, babe, you can take whatever you want.
Yeah, follow your dream.
Follow your dream.
They do not fight back. Just take it.
So I'm talking to one of our guides, this guy Dylan, who is great, and I asked him, I was like, yo, what are like the stereotypes like amongst yourselves? Like break down the different tribes and shit like that. And he like takes a beat. He goes, all right, I got you. He goes, the Utes, they're the idiots. Like, and they just start, and it was like, they're no different than growing up in New York in the same way we
And,
think
like,
about
Jersey,
fucking Staten
fucking Long
Island, Jersey, Long
Island.
Island. It's the
Wow.
exact same shit on the
Yeah.
res, and it was so cool to see. Yeah, you get, but they all did. The reason I said this is because they all do peyote, and it's a family affair. It's not like
It's not looked down on.
it's not looked down on. It is when somebody passes, like the family comes together and the kids do it. They don't look at it as a drug that's for adults. They look at this like transcendent experience that allows you to like connect with, I think, maybe the afterlife or whatever it is that they believe in. But I thought that was really cool way to look at drugs. Like they didn't
It's
think it was
spiritual
like
fighting. Yeah, I saw in the old pre-Columbian art, they were all like
Spiritual
it's,
fighting?
Yeah, it's the warriors and the shaman are on the same level of like respect. It's like it's all part of like helping you
Spiritual
fight.
warfare versus
Yeah.
like a literal war.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I
Yeah,
thought that was interesting, right? Like you're letting kids do it.
Yeah, it's not looked down on at all. It's not drugs.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
how
yeah.
often are you gonna do it?
That's the other thing. It's limited, right? It's limited to these experiences. Like God forbid people die, et cetera.
Yeah,
so
the
it's
guy
kind of protected.
told us, that he was like all these different experiences and people like fucked with it, which he was like, don't fuck with it. He goes, you don't eat meat, you don't have sex for this many days, don't eat meat for this many days, fish is okay. And then afterwards, it's this many days. Lists and his wife came to visit me right then, so they're sober. So I'm like, perfect, I'm not allowed to drink anyway.
Yeah.
But he's like, don't fuck with it. He goes, there was this one couple that it was like 6 days out. They're supposed to go 8 days. They're like, we're good, you know? And they started fighting immediately. They broke up within a year.
Whoa.
Yeah. But he's telling us all these different experiences. One of them, one of them was like this guy who was like, him and his chick always had this like every 7 months kind of fight of like, he doesn't want kids, she does. And then standard story, put it in the back burner. They were just gonna rear its head again. Put it in the back burner, it's gonna rear its head. And they did this ayahuasca together. And they both just, step back from yourself. And they're just like, oh, we're just not right for each other.
Whoa.
And then just broke up.
He goes, 10 years later, he's friends with her family and sees her kids sometimes. Because it was just like clear. It's like, yeah, I do love you, but you want all these things.
So what do you think this is?
It just helps you see clearly. Mushrooms does that too. It takes you out of yourself. So you get to look at this guy and you don't know a little, you make assumptions about people. So you're based on limited amount of knowledge about that person, but you know everything about that person because it's you.
Yep.
And so with knowing everything about this person, but having no ego attached to it, that's what they call it, where it's like, oh, that guy's just still mad at that chick for breaking his heart.
Yeah.
Oh, there's been plenty of guys like that. You can't
Yeah.
get mad at him for that.
Yeah.
Or that guy tried to fuck that guy's girlfriend. Oh, that guy was me. Oh, what am I mad at some guy fucking my ex-girlfriend? It's like, I've probably done
You
that
can
too.
give yourself advice.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're like, you just get calm. You're like, this isn't new.
It's crazy that we need drugs to empathize with what someone else is going through.
Yeah.
And why why those interactions they're having are affecting the way that they're treating us.
Yeah.
It's just like a pause. There's a little bit of a moment where you stop going, why is the world happening to me? And then you start going, what the fuck could they be going through? Yeah.
But you're saying not only other people, you're saying you're able to see yourself.
See yourself. Yeah. Or like you see, like I was doing my first big mushroom trips in San Diego with Hinchcliffe and Dan Madonia and a couple other people. And then we're outside, we're seeing all these like homeless beggars. I'm like, but then for the first time I was like, oh, they just got a different drug than I did. They caught crack and I caught weed. It's like, here's $10. Like, sorry. You know, it's not your friends just introduced you to the wrong shit. Yeah, you see yourself, like, calm down. I've called people and just forgiven them.
Really?
Like, it's over. Why? What am I holding on to this dumb fight for?
When did you start? What drug changed you the most, and when was it?
Boomers, for sure. Mushrooms.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, mushrooms for sure.
Did it allow you to kind of like let go of that resentment?
Yeah, resentment and all, like what I'm holding back for.
Yeah.
And just like little things of like, I remember Chris Fairbanks had a delivery style that I thought was really cool, where he'd like say something, but he'd make a mistake.
But then,
and I knew it well enough because I'd seen him enough times. He'd make a mistake, and then he'd like go off on the mistake, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, you know, it's like, hey, nice who's. I'm like, who's? What's who's? Imagine if and then you just go off, but he'd say shoes wrong on purpose.
Yeah.
And I've never really seen that style before.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting in my car, not able to drive yet, and I'm just like, hey, and I just Facebooked. I'm like, hey, Chris, that's a fucking great delivery style.
Yeah.
I should tell everybody this stuff more.
Yeah.
Just be nice to people.
Yeah.
Help people out, you know, help them out, fucking promote their special.
Yeah,
Like, get their shit done. It's like, yeah, I've been there. Come on.
And it feels really
You know,
good.
It does feel good. It feels good.
Yeah.
Hate also feels good, but a nice love will fucking get you by.
Love lasts longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, hate's that quick hit. Hate's like the crack. It's
too
like
easy.
you get it for 5 minutes.
Yeah. I'm curious, the first time you did any of these drugs after leaving, like, religion, were you nervous? Were you like, oh, this is the shit I'm not supposed to do. It's going to take me someplace I shouldn't
Mark's
go?
about to leave, bro.
I'm curious, though.
I blame his priest, bro. His priest didn't come through on that wedding day, bro. He had one shot, man.
You took his line for your caption.
I did.
You're like, sand and glass and God.
Bro, I had a cringy caption. But I was like, I don't know, something about looking at that fucking horseshoe bend, man. I felt so insignificant in the most beautiful way. It was liberating the insignificance. Sometimes you get caught up in significance and you think you matter more than you actually do. And that thought allows you to create things that are really maybe profound within the time you're living in. But it's also nice to take a break from the self-imposed importance and just look at how insignificant things are and then go, who gives a fuck? Like, I'm upset if somebody says something about me or they think a way about me. This is gone.
Yeah. Instantly. So like, get over that. Get over that instantly.
A week? I'm gonna be upset for a week?
If a fly is on a piece of cheese, they're not like, well, should I be doing this? Like, I want cheese. There it is. I'm having it.
That was the other thing. When we're walking back from Horseshoe Bend, I tried to take a picture, but it didn't work. I'm looking at this thing that's 100 million years old, right?
Yeah.
And there were so many people, and it was sunset, so everything was dark. You could barely see the people. You just saw their silhouettes. And this is gonna sound so corny, I don't give a fuck. We're all ants. We're all ants.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see their faces or anything. I just saw these dark silhouettes, just like ants, and on this thing that was massive. These tiny little creatures are crawling on this thing that was massive. And I was like, oh my God, that's what I see ants doing all the time when they're crawling in a flower bed or something like that. And then that moment, I'm looking at the thing that's already making me feel insignificant. Now I'm looking at all of us slowly walking around on this thing that has taken hundreds of millions of years to build. There's no buildings, nothing around us. And I'm like, fuck. I cannot let the littlest shit bother me anymore. Yeah. And I will
You
fail.
will, yeah, you'll get back to it.
But I hope I can have moments like that.
Were you on drugs at all?
No, dude.
Not at all.
But sometimes I can get those highs without drugs. Like I felt the highs I've experienced from like Molly and ecstasy through, not for as long and not as sustained, but I've gotten there just through like amazing experiences.
I've had somebody tell me like meditation will get you wherever mushrooms gets you. Any of those psychedelics, and it's like they explained it like, imagine if like someone's knocking your door, you could get a butler to go open the door for you, or you could just learn through meditation to get up and open the door
so the
yourself.
mushrooms are
or the butler?
I like a butler.
That's the thing. That's what I said. Just get a butler. Just get a butler.
I can take hours on fire.
The door's ringing.
What are you talking about? Doing for hours?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Do you want a lighter?
No.
You want a lighter? Or you want to fucking
fuck
whittle
you.
some wood like that?
You want to walk to work? We're taking the subway.
Yeah. If I read the backstory in this fucking Fast and Furious film, I can enjoy it more. Or, you know, like, what are you talking about?